Welcome to the Leopard Farm channel, where adventure is always on the horizon. My buddy Ballman runs a big oil farm just outside town, but lately, wild boars have been tearing through his fields like a tornado, wrecking crops and his peace of mind. Tired of watching his hard work go down the drain, I jumped in to help. With rifles ready, our trusty hounds at our side, and a crew of local hunters, we set off into the rugged mountains for what promised to be a wild ride. The dense forest was no walk in the park, but our dogs, sharp, loyal, and fearless, led the way, their barks cutting through the silence to warn us of what lay ahead. We pushed deeper into the mountains, every nook and cranny. The thick underbrush As we pushed through the thick underbrush, our hearts kicked into high gear when the dog's barks turned frantic. They pinned down a massive wild boar. With a steady hand and years of hunting know-how, I took the shot, dropping the beast in an instant. Even without the dogs, we'd learned to read the land. A faint whiff of musk or a patch of churned-up dirt was enough to snap us to attention. In those split-second moments, instinct took over, and we were ready. Deeper into the mountains we went, where the tangled brush hit everything but the sound of our hounds, once again proving they were our greatest asset in this untamed
We stayed
wilderness.
vigilant. Out here in the wild, danger.
A massive wild boar exploded from the dense underbrush, charging toward us with raw, untamed fury. Instinct kicked in. I steadied my rifle and fired a single resounding shot. The bullet struck true, hitting a vital spot, and though the boar kept charging for a moment, I knew it was only a matter of time before it went down. As the rest of the team fanned out, tracking other targets, I caught sight of another boar tearing through the brush. I radioed Delvin, whose hawk-like eyes zeroed in on the fleeing animal. With one precise shot, he brought it down, the boar rolling down the hillside in a cloud of dust. The thrill of the hunt was electric, but danger was never far off. When a third boar barreled straight at me, I had no time to hesitate. I pulled the trigger, and the beast dropped instantly, cementing another unforgettable moment in our hunting legacy. As we headed back, a sudden rustle in a nearby grove snapped us to attention. Sure enough, another boar burst into the open, tusks gleaming. I fired without a second thought, and the clean shot sent it staggering into the underbrush down for good. Despite the rush of the chase, our crew stays grounded in responsibility. We hunt strictly within the bounds of regulations,
One
honoring
clean shot,
designated seasons,
the wounded
zones,
boar
and
lost
quotas.
its footing.
It's about more than the thrill. It's about preserving the balance of the wild and ensuring our passion for hunting respects the natural world we're privileged to roam. Nestled in southwestern Turkey, Mugla Province boasts breathtaking beaches and rugged, untamed mountains that draw visitors from far and wide. Yet, beneath this scenic splendor, a growing crisis looms, an out-of-control wild boar population. Last year alone, these animals ravaged over 300 hectares of crops, leaving local farmers reeling and desperate for solutions. With pork rarely consumed in Turkey, the boar numbers have surged without natural checks, spurring hunting groups like ours to step in and tackle this mounting threat head-on. In the heart of Mugla's western mountains, a notorious boar stronghold, we set up our positions, eyes sharp and rifles ready. Almost immediately, a massive boar tore through the brush at breakneck speed. We gave chase, adrenaline pumping, and with a well-placed shot, we claimed our first trophy of the day. The forest came alive with chaos. Barking dogs, squealing boars, and the crack of gunfire created a heart-pounding symphony. Wave after wave, we brought down several of these hulking beasts, their powerful, muscular frames crashing through the undergrowth like creatures from a primal legend. Moving to a lower hill for a better vantage point, I spotted a formidable alpha boar making its escape. I steadied my breath, aligned the sights, and with one clean shot, sent it tumbling to the ground, a testament to our skill and resolve. Trekking through thick underbrush, I set up a strategic ambush. Senses dialed to the max suddenly, a wild boar erupted from the foliage, all muscle and fury. My instincts kicked in. I fired a swift, expert shot, dropping it on the spot. As we scouted for more targets, a whole herd burst into view, scattering in a frenzy of hooves and squeals. I zeroed in on one darting across my legs, landed a critical hit, and we took down several more in the chaos. A lone boar made a desperate break along the mountain slope, but I nailed it with a perfect shot, sending it tumbling. Pushing deeper, we followed fresh tracks to a tangled thicket where I lined up another precise shot, bringing down yet another beast with surgical accuracy. Wild boars breed year-round, each churning out 6 to 12 piglets, fueling a population explosion that devastates crops and threatens farmers' livelihoods. Experts estimate these animals cause up to $80 million in agricultural damage every year. Our hunts, backed by local authorities, are a critical effort to rein in this rampant threat and restore balance to the ecosystem. During one heart-stopping moment, a massive boar charged straight at us, tusks gleaming with menace. My first shot slowed it, but it kept coming. Steeling myself, I fired again, and the second bullet brought it down for good. The danger was real, our pulses racing from the close call, but it only sharpened our resolve. For anyone new to this, solo hunting is a bad call. Too many variables, too much risk. Later, from a distance, I spotted a full-grown boar rooting in the open. With years of practice guiding my hand, I took it down with one calm, calculated shot. On another occasion, a boar zigzagged wildly after a burst of gunfire, dodging our initial volleys, but our teammates closed the gap and dropped it just in time. Every hunt writes another page in our ongoing struggle against these cunning, formidable beasts. We're making headway, but the challenge is as vast and untamed as the wilderness itself. As we dive into fox-controlled day, the ultimate battle against one of America's sneakiest predators. With a massive $15,000 bounty up for grabs, the government's rallying top hunters from coast to coast to take on foxes that are hitting poultry farms hard, racking up over $10 million in damages. These clever critters are multiplying fast, and their relentless attacks are shaking up rural life. Curious about what's driving this fox frenzy? Stick with us for all the action, and if you're not subscribed yet, smash that button. We're charging toward 1,000 subs, and we need you to join the pack. The stakes couldn't be higher. Fox attacks are costing U.S. poultry farmers a jaw-dropping $15 million every year, with some losing 2,500 to 3,000 birds annually. These cunning, nighttime raiders sneak into barns, leaving a trail of destruction before anyone can react. But it's not just their smarts making them such a threat. Human expansion into their habitats has pushed foxes to turn farms into their personal buffets. As a result, farmers are fighting a losing battle to protect their animals and their bottom line, grappling with devastating losses that threaten their way of life. Foxes are no longer just a threat to livestock. They're now endangering people in their own neighborhoods. In a shocking incident in Florida, a man was viciously attacked by a fox while strolling down a quiet street, sustaining serious injuries that left the community reeling. This brazen assault has sparked widespread concern about the growing presence of these bold predators in suburban areas. What was once a problem confined to farms, costing farmers their livelihoods, has escalated into a pressing public safety issue. With foxes prowling closer to home, residents are left wondering, what's being done to tackle this escalating threat? In response to the surging fox population, The government has launched a bold initiative, calling on the nation's most skilled hunters to confront the crisis head-on. This isn't a job for amateurs. Hunters must pass rigorous tests, proving their expertise, precision, and commitment to ethical standards. Successful candidates can earn up to $15,000 per fox, with payouts varying based on the animal's size, location, and verified kills. To ensure maximum impact, hunters are organized into specialized teams, each wielding their preferred tools. 70% favor the pinpoint accuracy of rifles or shotguns, while 30% choose the silent efficiency of bows and arrows. This strategic, high-stakes effort underscores the urgency of reclaiming safety for communities under siege.
When food scarcity drives foxes closer to human settlements.
Fox hunting season kicks off when foxes are most active, typically from late fall to early spring, as dwindling food supplies push them toward human neighborhoods. Hunters gear up with cutting-edge tools like thermal imaging scopes, night vision goggles, and GPS trackers to pinpoint their elusive targets. Those wielding firearms often choose bolt-action rifles or shotguns for their precision and power. Equally vital are hunting dogs, breeds like foxhounds and Jack Russells, whose keen noses and relentless drive help sniff out trails, flush foxes from hiding, and pin them down. Once a fox is in sight, speed and accuracy are key. Hunters aim for vital areas like the head or heart-lung region to ensure a swift, humane kill with minimal suffering. Bow hunters face an even tougher challenge, relying on compound or recurve bows armed with broadhead arrows. Precision and patience are non-negotiable, as they must get within 20 to 40 yards for a clean, ethical shot. Stealth is their greatest asset. Camouflage, scent masking sprays, and rangefinders help them blend into the environment and avoid detection. Success hinges on razor-sharp skills, ironclad discipline, and a deep understanding of fox behavior, making every hunt a test of both strategy and finesse. When it comes to fox hunting, the choice between firearms and bows sparks heated debate. Firearms pack a punch with their range, power, and pinpoint accuracy, making them the top pick for hunters prioritizing speed and efficiency. However, they come with drawbacks, hefty regulations, steep costs, and noise that can spook other wildlife. Bows, by contrast, offer a quieter, time-honored approach, blending stealth with tradition. Yet, they demand years of practice and skill to master, and there's a higher risk of non-lethal shots that can prolong an animal's suffering. The fox hunting controversy continues to stir passions. Proponents argue it's a critical tool for managing overpopulation and protecting communities, while critics raise red flags about safety hazards and potential harm to ecosystems. Where do you stand? Is traditional hunting the answer, or should we lean into innovative alternatives? Share your thoughts in the comments and stick around. Hit that subscribe button for more gripping stories and insights. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes follow local laws and ethical hunting guidelines.